All right, everybody, welcome back. This is going to be another series from the Arail Stormgate tournament. This is the qualifiers for the grand finals that will be coming up next week. Definitely stay tuned for that. And this is going to be another match featuring playing the Vanguard. This is Thanks in the blue. And playing the red faction, playing the Celestial faction. I guess it's not the red faction, it's the red trunks, the red colors. This is kiim11 representing Russia, and Thanks representing Australia. So we have an Oceania versus Asia battle going on here. And I'm not as familiar with the new Celestials. What's their builds like? What's their compositions? One thing I have liked about the new Celestial are the Carnivex. They're really cool. A lot of the units have got tweaks and changes to maybe make their roles a little bit different. We'll see what we're going to get out of Kim here. He's got his first creation chamber on the way. And he's flying this arc ship over here already to expand. Now, one thing I have noticed with the new Celestials is extra arc ships are valuable because then you can create extra prisms, which I guess makes sense. That's sort of how these games work, right? If you need workers, you want the building that builds workers. And down for Thanks also went for the early expand. And out of the rack's first unit is a scout. Oh, rather, there are two scouts. One scout's already made it to the front. And there's a kind of a wall here. It looks like this might be a full wall up here. And then the Argent playing the role of a zealot from that really old game you might know of. But blocking the wall there and getting out of the way for his prism buddy. That's so kind. That's teamwork, everybody. That's how you win a game of Stormgate, is you have teamwork. Scout out doing the scout. More scouts. Lots of scouts here. So it's scouts are the name of the game so far for Thanks. We have a Biokinetics lab there. Anything coming out of it yet? No, but exos are on the way. And scouts just doing what they do. They scout. They just run around and check in like, what's Kim building up here? Is he massing up units? It looks like it's Argents. Is he going for a third base? And that's one reason why I think you build these fast units early on is with the map control. You get lots of vision, lots of awareness of what your opponent's doing. And just having that knowledge can make you more confident in your playstyle. Because when you run your 4 scouts up there and see, oh, he's got 3 Argents, you know exactly what he's got, and you can immediately compare against your units.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And of course, if they haven't scouted you, they don't know what your comp is, so you have that asynchronous knowledge. Now here come the Argents trying to get the Stormgate. The scouts want to get in there too. There's a couple exos here, but there looks like a lot of Argents to me. This looks like, yeah, Thanks maybe agrees because he's trying to pull back here, and the Argents are in pursuit. They do get 1 exo and 1 scout. And Kim is ready to chase Thanks all the way back to his base. All the Argents are in tow. None are even stopped. Heaven's Step is up. Gets on top of 1 more exo. These exos are just fast enough to run away. In come the scouts to try and body block so the exos can get in the back. Trying to get the sentry post up in time. But it looks like Kim is content to just pick off units here and get damage done. He gets the sentry post. That's really big. And these Argents are actually going to be causing trouble now. Servos are going down. A couple of Argents pull back just to block the army as they come in. This is actually really good battle taken by Kim here. Thanks is in trouble. Trying to get another service sentry post up here. More servos going down. And again, very nice control from Kim, but also just wise. He's like, I'm going to take out this base. I'm not going to overcommit my units into some defensive matrix down there. Which there really wasn't much. There was a couple exos. I feel like he could have pushed in and done more damage, but he's a skilled RTS player, and he knows the rule of RTS is when you're ahead, get more ahead. Don't throw the game. So now he's going to come down to this other... This was the original expansion for Thanks. And out here on Divided Oasis... What a beautiful map, by the way. Lots of options for attack angles. Argent's here, going for the sentry post, while the Kree over here are just picking off Exos. This is, once again, a really nice split of units for Kim. Partly because he's able to dominate, and that's a GG from Thanks. Alright folks, we're back. This is going to be game number 2 between these two. Once again, in the blue, playing Vanguard, this is Thanks. And his opponent, in the red, playing Celestial, this is kiim11. Okay, so I'm just watching the Celestial build a little bit. Like I said, I'm unfamiliar with it. And it looks like it was prisms to 10 here. And then a repositioning of the arc ship. And actually rally onto the Therium, and one prism pops. I think there's a cool, interesting thing here is I think the charges on the prisms still... the cooldown keeps counting down while you're flying. I'm not sure if that's 100% true. But then you can land, pop out that prism. You can't build the prism when you're flying. But you can land and pop it back out. That's my hypothesis, at least. We have our first chamber down. What's going down here for Thanks? Thanks is also done. Same build as last time. Went for the expansion into the barracks. Again, we're on Sector 9, another of the new maps, or at least all the maps feel new to me after playing for a year on the same 8 maps, basically. So unfortunately, I haven't been out there on the ladder on the PTR, so I haven't got familiar with all these maps in the same way that I had become familiar with the old maps. First scout out for Thanks is going to head out and see what is Kim up to. Ooh, it's already Adjudicator node. That says, get away from me, puppy dog. I don't want you around. And that SimCity looked very... This looks well practiced, right? The Adjudicator node looks like it's got range to both sides. It's also defended by this creation. Wellspring? No. That's what I said last time. This is a mana shrine. It says right there. So, this scout's going to have full mana very soon. And I was thinking to myself, is it even called mana? Isn't it energy? Someone's need to go fix that tooltip. Or maybe it's mana now. I don't mind mana. I'm a little bit more of a fantasy fan. I like Warcraft 3. That's a great game. Oh, Adjudicator comes at... Oh.
Dimensional rift detected.
Brave Scout goes in. Finds out there's absolutely nothing in there. And 2 vectors are like, BAM! Bye, puppy. Okay, so it's vectors from Kim. Last game, of course, was the Argents. With a little Kree splash at the end. And it was just sort of a good old-fashioned Argent push. Which has been on the books for a long time. Argents have always kind of been good in the early game there for that push. In fact, at some builds they've been ridiculously good. These vectors are scouting at the moment. They're looking for... They're not actually... They've decided to go back for the Stormgate now, but they were looking for bases. They were looking for army. Trying to see, is Thanks out on the map? And not finding him out on the map says, I'm going to go... I'm going to go ahead and... Boom. Take that Stormgate. What are we going to get from... Nice little... Doing donuts with the vectors. And it's a Faerun out. Thanks for the 10 gifted subs. Says mana is an SC2 as well, and I will believe you. I believe you for that because I remember playing that game a really long time ago. Boom. Okay, couple of scouts going down to the vectors. The vectors are pushing in now. There are racks at the front that are going to help with the SimCity for these exos. Medtechs as well are going to... This is actually an okay defending army from Thanks. Better than what he was in the last game. Little leg spike there. And now he's pushing forward and trying to get these vectors, but actually really nice control from Kim as the Faerun is doing extra work there. Every time a vector is able to delta jump back, the Faerun's there to pump it full of more health. Now it's the Faerun that could go hang out at that mana shrine. She could get that energy back up and become an old school Faerun, the one that had energy for days and days. Oh, Exo's going down here. I feel like... Oh, there are a couple flat cannons in the back there. I didn't really see that one going off. Maybe it wasn't loaded up yet. We got nano swarms on these vectors, so maneuvered so they're not injuring any of their peers. So Thanks was able to defend off against that early vector aggression here, and is now starting to have a pretty good defense. Yeah, it's got a flat, just got a flat cannon in the back as well. Now remember, vectors can do their funny business, so some of these cliffs might be able to delta jump up. I think you have to scan and delta jump up for the vectors. I don't think you can jump without vision. So Kim back at his base, healed up. The Faerun comes, didn't go to the mana fountain, but instead went to what are these guys called? Energizer nodes. And loaded up with energy there. Ooh, these vectors in a parade, that's not how you like them. You want them in a ball. And a nice delta jump back to save that one vector who was in the front. Maybe a little surprised to see the army out here.
Stormgate has appeared.
But the Stormgate is now ready to be contested. The vector's moving forward. And I don't think Thanks saw that with his scouts. You could hear his dogs howling, which were trying to get vision of the army. Where is Kim's army? And Thanks has really good game sense, I think, because he realized I couldn't find the army. I'm going to come back. Maybe the army's at my base. And I like how he also moved his army there. He moved command it past the vectors so that the army was between the vectors and his base. That gives him the direction to retreat if needed. What have we got going on here? This nano swarm? What does that do? I didn't get why he cast nano swarm on there. Was it injured? I don't know. In any case, here's a Vulcan drop. And we're going to get some contesting here. But here comes the Vulcans. Boom! Mowing down some prisms. Are they going to get any? They do get one. Prisms seem a little bit tough and robust there. But here vectors are unfortunately full-on nano-swarmed and unable to be microed at the moment. Oh, they're going to be going down to some pups here. Were those Vulcans taken out? No, the Vulcans are doing a pretty good job here. Ooh, we got some Manimasters on the field with their Dark Prophecies. I think that's what they're still called. So that actually worked out really well for Thanks here. That's classic Thanks. Thanks is probably preferred unit, if you ask me, is the evac actually. He's really good with the evacs, with his Atlases, and in this case with his Vulcans. But there we go. This is the army Kim was waiting for, and his supply is ahead by quite a bit. So Thanks may have got some damage done and may have had an advantage there. But is he going to be able to deal with this force, especially when half of it has been broken off? Kim with this great two-pronged attack. And zoning the other army back with some really nice Dark Prophecies there. This army's pretty low. Oh, so many units going down here. They're all low. But now the main army of Kim has made it to the front line. Dark Prophecy right on top of the whole ball of units. They're too slow to get out from under it. Saber's in the back. It's just Saber Animancer at this point. Oh my goodness, that's not enough. There are some tanks here. Atlases. Almost all the front line's gone. It's just Animancers and Sabers here. That's not good for Kim. He needed a little bit more to go with this hard-hitting army. And he's got more units streaming across the map.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Wow, this is a pretty good game, actually. Pretty good. Thanks has another evac out. He's loaded it up with his Atlases. That's his classic. And with that, he can start harassing this army over here. Here we go. Couple Atlas shots out. Really nice damage on those Sabers there. And then System Shock forward. Tries to jump on the Sabers. Oh, I don't know if that worked out for him. Lost a lot of units there to that. And now the Heaven Step Argents are going to try and chase down the Vulcans. Did they just kill one of their own? That was Jerry. Ah, Jerry. Why'd you have to do that again? Okay, Stormgate going to Kim. Oh, we got a deep one here. And Kim, look, wisely is like, hey, that first attack went down because I didn't have a nice beefy front line of Argents to stand in front of my Sabers and Animancers. Now he's got a good bunch of them. Why is that registering as 12 workers? What's going on here? Archangel showing up too. Oh, and it's just Puppy Dog Parade over here for thanks. We do get a stasis drone on the Archangel. We have some kind of misses on the Dark Prophecies. Deep one goes down. Atlas is in the back, but that base is already dead. Heaven stepping forward to try and get on top of the evac. These Vulcans are dead too, and yeah, this is going to be it for thanks, I think. He's going to try his best to put on a defense here. But the Archangel chasing the sentry into the base. There are a couple Vulcans here, and when you got two Vulcans, you might as well keep fighting. One's down. A couple Navi show up. And that's GG from thanks.